based on gender equality and equity so and a day a boomra for now because that's the new wave aba. So why
Matthias,
gender equality no eba no omo say so gender equality abradia based judge na we so dia child dia esa problem.
Mini problem. The only
problem I say we say wo ba no and akwa wari ma esa we invest say wo be su dan a na nim say wo su dan senior wo side. Uma Cruz can be make sure so Matthias media more. And education is the more.
And the okay material can say. Oh, so law is a neighbor. It's moving forward in the CFO, young poor, educating your man and your man. And the artists here. But don't forget, we were any 16 years ago. And the end mean quiet and quiet correct in maybe. No moment, and no, my warrior, we know, Martinez not moving forward. But the air can say, so judge for so much says, spring up so much say, 10 biano, Sikao, or real contribution, but see who know, like in real monetary terms in the air. And fitting there, come me who say because CFO, man, a manager and more, a manager and granager, man attention, more, you won't be a man with my money to me, so much my point to me, and say, and they say, and they can smell the sicker, how I receipt. One friend was Manas and don't just say their own deserve to see a pizza, and everything now come from into so.
Governor, Mamusa say, a man be a man worry. I mucha worry and a man be sick a woman some esne, a memano, or Ghana. Yeah, man sick at the Padini be my manana.
Aha, ever the person who says a question we say, Emrana, I see a shed there. Maybe answer say, man, I said there. A cocoa to that son was a because him say, child support on child support a mini about what bridge I see. Not say, or banning in a city, yeah. Not say, like me, I'm sure me, my banning a city, meeting the one to so. I'm about to tell me, Governor. And it goes both ways.
Governor, answer me. We send a man be a warrior or Ghana. Man, member, you know, most custom member, I hear the Padias member. Yet, decide the Paddy be my member or Ghana. Me who be, sir, and just answer. Me who be, by just answer. I make some Cotana. Me who be, sir, and just no be our own Ramudia. So your bow, so your bema, my bema was say, yes, I am right because child support. If you are child support, no, so no bow, anything then a member goes to come on. So your bow, so your bema. Sir, in the man is here, particularly the latter. Me remember my Mr. Akwana, but so by you, my banner to child support mommy. It's just a couple of ways. Governor, Obisi, now you believe in court. On say, yeah, me. I never said I never said so. Me believe in Mancasa. No, be animal. On me sister, Fiana.
Me, there be more crown and more cast or some what just says can a son. I'm saying no, or believe so deserve better. Or for baby on the beko. Sada me kind make a court said me believe in court.
Me if your post mommy. Now young co-religious on ground so. And ma the Biamacasa dear me jack a woman when they say a man be brinam penocredi and penocreca. Dear Macassa. A man be bring no mukumo etifia. Omusika a omunya, they don't support their husband. But omukruno, sikana omukruno de kobana no de si fie de twa school fees. Ba one no kruni jaya, was atam no kruni court. No sikana wan support no was an no kruni kotwe. Sa de wenti ne gender equality no was ade law no. Ba na ne yesesa na moma na mo ba ware a mo se mo bewo mo hwe ba na bra mo ye adwuma musika mo de koma mabusuafo no. We see them mabusua no. Enne de mo sa wo problem e was ade. Let's be honest too. Yes, you are. Me ba. Sama 10 Ghana for ma 10 lie, and a Ghana for ma 100 lie. Nebuso almost say, Omo warrior, Omo pay, finance for 10, if teachers for 10. Ebusa and say, Omo Krumuni, Omo pay, Omo Krumuni, Omo pay, next for number Habeka. But on the catch us in the crew pain or tidy, you may up his baby. But and that's a mercy no. They are pretending as if say, Omo de Musika more Mukum.
Also, they're okay. They're okay.
You see, that Governor Meba, that's the reason why I make a start. Realities on grounds. Realities on grounds. But they are one grounds when I am reality now. Now they are back. They are here. You see,
Doc, one second. Doc, one second. One second. You what is okay. All right, sure. All right.
I'm gonna make you a point the Che, Oba Ghana Hanoma, na your grounds Lucy. we ma obodo sika support wo mukunu abra you see all say opa ma tell me class opa on ye ma ya omo ene me wo ma no so ye ma ya ma no denden omo ba wasisi no waye say busama 10 eso omo no mukunu obi say mo de ma kofi paneti was reality song ground brofo ben no munsu ade reality on the ground no me try reality on ground so ma ya na wo jan brofo ben no na reality on ground so brofo a won te ase a mo hwehwe ani wasa de mo te brofo enso ma ko fam wasi aba na wasi no feli trouble si ada na before sa yensu ade ye wo sa ade we ne ye manyansa no wisdom emma ya adwin Broni ya ne kasa ne mpo no me Broni no ne chi no na me ya how is it reality on grounds brofo ben no so reality on the grounds then na man fa me ho no e brofo atima ho sometimes you guys don't reason say okay what about we trying to short na mo bia waka ye kikan se mi kura brofo bi okura twa so so what ya say enso hwehwe animu as if say obi ka brofo ati ana na be correct obi wa kofa English results bra ya printed to us obo ya ana na mo bi mo ya hwehwe animu sa fire no sir this unsafe behavior it need to stop until me try na adrian ba okay yeah to us
the make can say na on see
or the name block you obi wa buy so educate to or civilization in form education in form so obi kasa na brofo de kra ma they think say omo ni ma de so omo wasi ba kwa fa na ma bosi ni di ama bonsi no bia so ba na
doc but I'm come say me yo on say your what is and what ought to be on say your say your can no and can hear mu de oba an be mate de o ye next we hwan you say transparency bem and that is how it's supposed to be in ideal world no what you say ideal world no but then no into say maybe for mo say e bia dem market you say mikunu say mikunu kan hwede I don't just say be you but that is your marriage, that is a cup of tea. What the make and do this example bem say reality on the ground now
Govi policy okay see your grounds one ma oba bia wodi ni sika boa ne kunu bia no wodi ni pay 5,000 ne kunu so di ni kuya 5,000 no mo ka bom bia no sa oba no enim sika e don account true or false
true more especially say joint account to cry there so hu cry so say hu
it is say Juan and then Juan nim sika that ni Quaye account say 10 billion and 5 billion meaning they were not doing joint account so that should tell us me by other me they can't so this should tell us say they were not doing joint account so that should tell us say upon say omo leave your mubom no struggle ne hassle ways no be our race or they no be so one chain you can what must say
yeah mate do say but on say
Govi man kind of control and no see Ghana for my 10 on now catch and say wo worry no uni ni mienu ye joint account how ba na ntia say da worry na maso me make what you say
matters
me kind of so worry Ghana ni ba o mo kromia so wo worry o mo me a typical example of that me XJ because of Sadia no ye nyina ye adwuma pe ye nyina ye adwuma ba ako yenya mbo mo se da bi won de obiso no ye ne dia me be ma na me hwe fie bibia na on de o de ne die hwe de fie nti awore na maso e man be bre mindset no e man be bre so mo sisi mema but same e man no wadi me worry o na me no try
okay say we so
same man no wadi say me worry o na ye be ma you see our women no they are not learning and they don't sorry be bre na educate to omo ho one and no sure ba obeka cho say op ordinance marriage ubusa na say ordinance marriage no what ase say ya wonte ase opa on e ma 10 wa hana ma me yemfa mo mra so ya on na me mbusa o mo say ye ka so wonko ware sisi ya obeka so op ordinance marriage no e muntie mu ni sen anyhow ye perform ordinance marriage sen obeto to apa so
yeah doc moment ka sama kona fuma no se fa ne powerful the make nya ne say court nda se nya ba wi se ne be ya future no obi life enko she obi nsem judge bi nsem na hwe ne hi ana so we si ya wanye ne say ye ma ne nya clear ya ti ase zi amra ne say se obese wunya bibi kase pa e say adansi di wo ho enya nim say nkwa ne adesa adansi di ni ho enti no efiti na ekoyi no court for no fan show because so nim judge ne kan ya kaka say oye young enti wetima ware ofro wunya ni fan fa What's wrong with ya? Get you book on us and they cry in the Upaya.
And
You never publish him.
it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Until I make us say, into moving forward, no. You was okay. So, bar, unu kuno. Now they because of us because 1 year Juma. And you only receipt there to show. Never would the army and crash any idea say now. If you are a giant bar, you're entitled to be at 30%. Say, you're not a bar, you have the money worth. But say, as oh, the money worth amount to say. Your mouth see, I don't know. Judge been to one feelings about the dream say, Quaye, because I hear judge when the man is say, or judge between the money be 1,000 cities crowd, because if you want to improve, it will be 1,000 per cop. So, and if you didn't know, say, okay. Unu kuno why now uni adaside bia na ade at least amount 25%, 30% amount say tell ban the only say uni hwe kwa the why nya banya say and say only baba accept back things of the amount to be now her class we kwa do to change the kokota menya obaji ne boko ben be kwa ntimo mro say and ka deal like say na say ka unya baba me bi kwa ka ho so ha and be boy okay
sika bi o huma me akwa ba sika
Yeah.
sika ene se ukunuka obachori
They be me worry.
then be ma shia na okaso obeware wa ordinance marriage any customary marriage no pedin
Yeah, no prefer na me accept.
but the way ka se choose custom ne ordinance no be use dey choose dey
It is different.
opedin
If you worry, no.
upi fiaware no right upi fiaware no right I fiaware no what you are saying
Oh, and no kata.
yes you do but what saying
Me say no kata same bia ni me nkosen sanhwe wo court.
okay nti umpe court dey no
Debi.
but what you are say fiaware no so kunu betima ware bia kan ho
Me tia sir.
open is are you okay
So obetumi ahwe me no nko ade.
you okay when ka so we try ntro ono no ne decision no why me da say gwavi if anu si na ni nsumbrem
because yeah I didn't make any say o kwa mo no kwasi anasa ono we say send be ya na achi yempe da achi o hye bi we nya say ya na we kunya sempo we kunya taku nti nti enye clean na ho no obi enhu ana fi ma education e ma no instead of say fighting we no ye ma ana hu ade ba komesa kan say ade sometimes it shouldn't be emra nko ha common sense wo ho ya he ya mema ba shiro content because so no bit no ade ka make us come we for buy several times for the several times ni na ode ache oni ade afa no hu say bi afa de awaja ye ba e money enough just because we need cement receipt ni ade a yeah man no kwe but so you and I know say e can you can two skills so me man here no more change man in you but
you nearby be say ni ka so money fee ne car ne 20 billion aka ho what didn't tell one
imagine tell you now wo ba ne ho because me no kuna so me kun wo 900 na ka so mam dan ba ko a there be 16 years of marriage ma hwe mam yensa there be
ne ba o ne kunu ba TM oba ne kwemi efie 2 oni se fie 2 no wo ntam na man ka so ma 1 plus 20 ka and oba so won je no ko na decision na be ka fa
no so we all know for a fact that then you too ano ko so wo ma ba ko dia anka me dia anka dan de ke bi anka me dan ni mum sika ne die so physics kan so dia anka me bi anka then again me ma dwena me kire send me ken oba ma na bi kwa na oba no more than send me no mi so me ka tia se e bi ohun se dan no nko andi enough send me enough what you say $2 million even ya fa ya ho anche mu e se ka se pa
if you say o deserve it yeah not 20 billion o deserve it but oba see so man to Quaye na court so hu say 20 billion no sika kura oba man account no producer na ono kwa na ya na on deserve no so we be no
ba no kwene wo se court na nka se sika na e wo ni nru sa ka court ne ka se abante awura ku sika nko nru sa o nti yin nya sa mo anke na ke beta sika yi oba we die abodi ba court say one ti man say it can open yen for mount and
ba o so ni ukuru bobra ade bi a support you na wontimi ntire
oh and e kan e bi o ha e mon o sa ade bi wontimi place value monetary value on it meaning yin na so fancy see out here, fancy what you want to wear you, or you encourage him, we say, I don't know, or you how are you going to place monetary value on this one? Young into because until your mom running clear moving forward, no. So much mu pass no contribution to trouble there. Mummy who a man contribution if you near dear near no, because I butcher can I didn't can. Baby just 8 hours for no better no Hankorano, Kofan Connefi money on no Hankorano. But the man to me, you mum you and son. That's here, Mossy, so we make my feel.
Oh, yeah, can we see no? But Richard Fee. I'm going to be cast and the plan no banning, so what do you mean? Fine, answer. Richard Fee, but any man who on Fanny. What Fanny are more?
Yeah, what's in your working? Say, sir, almost excuses now. No, when you say no, you say, now what Quaye say? Meaning, Mutia, the Biacas and Ramija, when I say, what can have mom building music and do peppers? So, yeah, I said, oh dear, come back of excuse you be still, but still, what's wrong?
The man did not so be down by no, until we are about a requested divorce.
So you and I don't know, I dare so I couldn't near to the point of visit the ultimate interview. Saying some years and I
support her 100%.
Our idea, who has to be cancer. Say not falling in love because after a lot of love. And idea, you don't even need a reason to back off.
Just we only me die, not fear to the same amount of feedback. I'm a scanner, now scanner. You now have not called Nadia Coconut, I did the SF at Tamawa. I didn't say we quasi a blame will be out.
Oh, the blame them will be a caught in a number way, better than a still a pillow, Yen Tumza, and you find in a pillow. Yeah, 2 bit Marco.
I said, we did 100 billion, Emana. I support it.
So,
that or 300, you know, 300,000. Yes,
to no problem. Second Casa by any Casa moving forward. No, yeah, man, I didn't know I'm not massive. I'm not massive, but who bet my poison. And I'm saying, I hear me, man, I say, you bet what you think, you know. The man who said, a jigu bape, obey the not as a no, no, young Fabian Quaye,
government, me say Ghana, me say Ghana for my more high. I do be say, ya, or man not din, the ban on one kind of creator. See, you know, about up with super, na ye 3 point near call relatives on grounds. Now ya can't cry, a womb actually no cry. Me can't crash though. Nurse funny teachers for no mom ya Benjamin be brain or musica and support you. Or mukru musica and kwan a juma, a si fees at your school fees. Some man be bit my habit cannot crash there. What you see? But some man I jawari na. No se kruna si fie wi a ne kruna ye na dwuma bi asika bi ba mu no was ade ne kruna kwacha sa fie no but na no refi say wono ne pain no de ya de foforo obi say is not true. I'm telling you the gospel truth is not true. I'm nimiti you ninye ready sika
A plus nyamin sha na ejuma power ye and me pese me encourage you say, you see, we are not on this platform to be one-sided. And the host is, I've been listening to him for some time. He is not trying to be one-sided, but we are here to learn. And we try to be emotional and try to even say things that we don't know. I mean, MY, you are just saying things out of your opinion, which are not facts. Ebia oba no aba be kasa ebia ne nwa aba be kasa sese aye kan no ni nebusuani bi ankasa yo and me too is from a family. He equally have people on the platform who are his relative. Me I may know kasa, I won't reveal myself, but it's funny. Oba no so na enso wo no ho a sebio ye nso ebia ye boso a wanhwe ya eno say fina ebi ebeba bebata no ho na ebebata ne kunu no so ho because omo wo ma. So it's not everybody who comes to talk. I mean, there are things that we would not want to voice everything out like that because opo wumpo we've been family oma ebusuya waware no na ne edi kan na ne mepese ebete ase no say nye be ma no opt for divorce oba no ohun ade na Quaye bibi ti se emra ne tia ya na yesi emra ne nye but emra no ko in our favor
no you also got so ba na angel our review na ba the yes the man yes je so mpe akokota ni cannot be good. That's my point. And no me ba oni me ba me na nu achi mo be kaya me na nu achi me ye video the to so ya said this is total cheat.
I know
Me me kwabena and I'm about 2 years this total cheat say na mrana kwade ya sisi oba no unless say nika so omo oba no fie nika ani sika ka ho and oba no so ompe no de call court say nya sa ade ya sisi oba no ne ade chi ya se de menyansam ene ma adwen mu mesusu faaye no onua be ma so obesisu pa 24 hours ni onua ba ntimi meka say ya ma me wofa bia wo se menje de ndi hwe asem si wo media we so a obia ni hono ma okọ obi fie kofa asem ba wo by omo nipa de na omo de beba no ne akeka bom ne de apɛ no kora wa app no so ne de ajeje na say afia santo de issue bae me platform so ena maame a omo ko si ni so wo Canada obegyina me platform so and narrate everything ema Ghana for hu de ekọ ema sa video no call ba bia enti obia na obi afie ba me kwabna me tie sisi nipa nimme afia du fie oda me sori onimme enim masase enim ha me sia betena hai enti ne sa asema si na obi e ka doctor plus ho asema afia du fie oda soro no onimme obetimi a kire mase ehun se doctor ha na ofiri ba obesi sei eno obi so betimi dia efa asem no dia judge say na boy ofa say na besi say dia na say ba asem ba dia ba kwa mahuni say ye mpa no kore say ye ka na favor mo dia mo ye okay bedru ba bi na ye logic e the issue na aba no e dia to table so na ye ka na ne nua na waka na dia na kire say wo ka na kore so ho ba say oba no ho nia e ba na ba kan ye dia obeka say oba no nua ba na oba no nua ba call trouble platform so ensemi no ko kan ye Kose ni eye masem ni etobax ema hajia forest an komo no kodi yo ema bibie ko looki bad say ni ema sam ne eye o yentina oba na yede eja no ye gidi ya na yanje andi ye gidi ye e de point na de ne de houseboy baaye obetire mu say ye nua ba na etwempena na big man ni ho kura obi bewe ba boss kura fa anya asem o kirem obekeka nsem bebire say ye nua ba no eba otoba na say na houseboy so de e be na boss top bag expensive ma na yira wa hu ho me na e kwhye mark maame be de to nchen bai ene yankoda sore ya Juan na nua enye nchen maame ba ko papa ba ko me Juan onua na be kasa wie no me pe obi a me nua ono so ope konkonsa me ayi na wa app yi so na busa na say hey me nua ti recording we Juan nua be ma na e kasa yi wonso your investigation because oba na side wonso ben unu de ekọ busa na said de onua de be ma na kana ye no kra na sanye no kure as at now it mean ma say ani da bia na say yes da bi ese offer no wan farm no so me na me my investigation ma domo suko e wa background no me kan asema wo na e bia wo e bia because of gender bias and I say bia o support oba na o support be ma nti no issue ba bia pe say wo ye oba nti yen kan ma na wo say de onua be ma na kan
Dr. Plus, so let me see.
So, let me finish, please.
Na me bisa say since say see no maame na nka say mo won say wa grant interview.
Maame na nka say grant interview na ni nka say grant interview ana me boa.
Yes, but on say o ka say ni nua ne be ka say no won timi ba out in be defending ho say.
No. Maame no ho maame na nka say grant interview ba maame no nua aba grant interview. Talk TB.
Oh, I know me see here and then some o kan ni na na o court we ni. But nti maame na nka say the both side ni enti obi anu wa bonten.
Ba team. So, maame na nka say grant interview papa no so grant interview. Ba maame no ho nua abekasa how bad na ni treat maame no. So one tie no bi. Sika
metie oje mani kasewia
okay need to also
okay me that's a part. So you see what is happening now the entie bia unte say bia ni nebusuafo and also ni nwie bi so kasa no I want you to understand that the nuanom no even what the brother did has silenced most people from talking. Also they are part of the whole issue. Because boy no maybe you people are just maybe a bit more bonichi sending you up on son. He has rather seized a lot of fire. He has seized a lot of fire because you know how guns are. and they could have equally come out and attack and say things. But the guy has silenced most people. Oh, question I maybe say, who opted for the divorce? Few years back, no, who jai oba? You have to compensate her. That is how the law works. Who jai obia? You compensate the person. And here is the case, and your beman eja oba no, oba na ejai beman. And yes, still crown, he was doing so. Yeah, Kasa, I was listening to some people talk and it's like, oh, say Abrochia. I mean, somebody even I don't want to mention his name, make a mention, say, oh, because we are in Ghana, do you know where people have traveled to? Who said that maybe Abrochia, the laws are better than Ghana? Who said so? What the judiciary is trying to do is that they are trying to discourage this our attitude of divorce and the mindset of making money out of marriage. They are trying to break that mindset down. Listen, I have 4 daughters. 4 daughters. If I'm talking, I'm not talking because I'm a man, but I'm talking because of realities. Now, I have daughters. How do you bring your daughters up? How do you train them? What's the mindset? Do you put the mindset in them that, oh, Bema, Ebia, when she's young, you not bring her up properly, she should not educate herself and become better, and that the man will be a source of everything. Is that the kind of mindset that I'll give to my daughters? And me as a father, what did I leave for my daughter to expect her to go for much more from another man? I am pleading with us. Listen, love is something unique. I said, I don't want to reveal my identity, but whoever is saying whatever about me, listen, we equally have things about Joan. God created love for us to be bonded, be together, men and women. Look, the most blessed thing you can ever have in this life is to have a gift of love. Obi odo na odo.
Ni post mame. Obisi damage control. Me, obi onim doctor biya no. I can boldly say the service me bo aka say me ba apu so. Issue biya no ame ma support ya na maka biya ma ji obi one sidimpo. E wo madi. Ba obi o hwe doctor biya nim say me issue ni ba. De be ba abonten no. A me nim de me de be wura mu no. De me hu ni say auto chima na me de aba na adi ho nkomo. So, yen kind of krewa ha. Me duadwiem me say na me di kan kasa asem ne ba na me de beto wo say yesisi Joan etiem say 16 years ebo tuotuo musia nyina ba nne me da sori ye no na ma say hu no kra foforo na say me ka eno no nche say damage control yen kind of krewa ha hwe say ye ka obi a we damage control ho ye ka obi a we damage control ka metima de me say me bo aka say damage control no if you ba na side e na eba ba ye brand ni ama enye damage control ndi ntia me kasa me you app no so rockets no you din komo you rewrem issue ba obehu de ewo ba bu won ma o side one side no side ye mu bi so bit my neutral me am baby aso ne hu no kram ba ye ka de way damage control pa me ka say sister Joan and a damage control the internet sister Joan and a damage control issue ni ba ye no wono ni pa ne ho nkrofo di kan ba media no so first e be chete mu e ma public e hu say ni ama treat ni bad but chete ni nsemu entry Fia Schwarzenegger as I call Fia Schwarzenegger na ye ne side me kan okra na akyerem ha and seven na call Fia Schwarzenegger no ina na fi oba na side na call ho obisi oh me kan okra me ntwa ontro ha e ma Fia Schwarzenegger yes won kan asem no so Fia Schwarzenegger so ko ni ho e na de na okọ anyo na afi o sa be kan ye sa ta na information that so afi oba na side akọ Fia Schwarzenegger odada which me I know. And Sakura me better still then it's a cheat, no. But ne. Or say how do you know? You maybe metana come watchro. So how do you know? Ada you see in command. Ye tia no me, ye it should be by me to better ha. Me a baby near cofa issue no one the ba near the one ba now when the biate. So me can't say how do you know? And I'm a dreamer may yes be my better be trouble body say we anyway, but I won't do that. But I'm telling you realities on the grounds. And that's the realities on grounds. Men can't just say anything. But I'm being honest to you. Opo bi a we damage control. We catch us say free nua ba na side no ba. Hwe. Na me ntro de car na e ba bonten say nua ne ko school ne ma ete sa car ba no sa atiku na e ba ye nim. Recently me na okasa ye nkura no they are taller than that video e ba bonten. So they make an what must say. They are taller than that video e ba bonten. Nye recently video ne ba. Inti me commit ma ko fa sa video ma ko fa nkura no ho video aba. Na ma chem say no mo but I won't do that. It's a maybe video me share say issue see a man no. Say why do you be seeking public sympathy? Because sure said the why any fee no. Oh you're writing as an idea about out. Or say the guy paid you guys so me come say kwame echamfo na ya was just from make us be me hu bia ne kasa ye see no. I say me ba happen so. Me ji obi a once
Don't mind them, cry. Don't mind them.
issue ba. Me dwedwem na ma wram. Mu so okay. Say na tia na maka ho asem. Ni ama Quaye ne one city medi me one abaka say wa pay obi no me na me de woman no me de beto ya say cheat no e ma ya wo de wo ba say wo be kan bi ba ne onua be ma ka say ya say de ni 1 minute for no sina sika nso mbram.
Me, I think, say, the long and short of it, say, marriage is not supposed to be the way we say it be a means to make money from one person or the other. No, it's not supposed to be like that. And any party, whether Obana and Asebema has every right to make his or her own property. Nothing stops you from making your property when you get married. You can make your property. You can also make properties together. So what I'm saying is, we should one in manner we are crying and talking about. One, build yourself. If you're a man, also build yourself. The money you use in investing in people. Obon say bema asho bad na ko school nursing training. Obe your baby sana so bema no. You see a whole lot of these issues have been happening. You see, but I'll plead with all of us. Marriage is not a bad thing. And let's stop those pollution in the social media. Armah, I say, oh warrior, na as a the bonibi, and I say bibi bonibi na esi wa abrabum. Madam I say.
Medasini and also a dream. Sika beyond a family.
Okay.
Sika the more question is up.
Okay. Ne cousin now we see form sis ya dia we see form. Mpese mimbusa ne say. Se ne mba na o ka se o train you no. Ebi adachi bi wakoware na ne kunu ye masema na se obuna obe advice ne say on divorce and now on them all in the name of marriage.
Oh, Sika.
Okay,
and yeah, they can't condemn it at the end of TT. So, by a pool, and I will who are you to stop? I don't know just how about no problem. They make what you say.
Sure. Okay. Nick Ninyana or Kokasaya. Last time, Bina Agada, sorry to say, no, share a story. Or send your firstborn. Not Nukuno, ne firstborn, papa. No, no, ya come. But no, who's a papa near Zawu. No, aga da ni nua be ma pese on fa ni sika nkoye bibi wo papa no no ka che papa ne say enko na mi kuna me ne na wo me be say no tie o ya za obeju sika edi aga da so say papa no mo culture no say ye di kan wo ba be mama opanya papa ni si fie to ka ada wo de be che ni nua be ma no ko ka che papa ne say mi sister say wo ya za we say nti aga da ti fie ni kan ka papa ne de be che ni nyina no ojaye ono ankasa ni nua a onim so o mi protective every nipa bi say ho no okosai no de bia na okasa asem enua ye onua bi o
me ba tie me in this case if I compare the onua we aye the aga da nua be ma ne kan na ye no kra na asem
ebetimi aye no kra ebetimi nso enye no kra
at the end no wa bitri agrada ba asem na o kan so na ye no
oh
at the end no wa bitri agrada at the end no kan no kra
yes wa bitri agrada
betray wa bitri
yes
but you can so na ye no kra
na ye no kra but wa bitri no imagine say we protect our brother now at the end of the day we will be a third person how are you going to feel Way case no, it could be say you're no cre. The neckers and abecaning and I no cre. It could be to say you're no cre. But social media, they're better near can who has
And yan
so won't make say 100%.
and brother, my
Yes.
papa.
And for home, me on your mammy back papa back where no monkasa. They don't talk. Where who will be trim? Where who say we will be trim? Or because they had issue, they are not able to solve. And it happens.
The fact said,
That's what I'm saying. Fair.
The fact said, when I mean Cassa, you mean, I am a moment calculating to me say, won't mean tron for me. Oh, I see you. Sika, when me think what to see, say, oh, me who down soon with that. But me have any say, wo, ukram, monfanchem, no, as a woman, no what that. Now, me know the crown now be our being at the same say, I may catch you see, me doing a man have a prove who see at me. As I'm Pamino night. Eddie assign with you as see, me boy.
I know that, okay.
Ah,
and okay, me proving
until me to be social media. Let me try and throw to yes, a bit to be social media mechanics. I mean, a platform interview and so camera and so now we can't trust how. Hey. And I'm saying, easy, sir. It is so because
and no bit me courts. Where the Bible swing in a church.
The fact say, Oko court at the Bible, as you ashwe Akochan trono, and no ho. And then you walk as some of Biba internet, so I can go anymore. See you. Way a branch lady, our can see any abandon say, see, ya man offer beer. On sin the court. It was in the court of witness webem, and maybe crown obeying the chess and pat your man's how often one. So why should we defend this? We can't defend this. We can't defend this.
I am pastor the Niniane Canea, pardon to call court. No, Yapapa Niama, and state to her say, me man offer say no accept. You said the Niniane Caninian I no crass, Uncle Betty means where you use that against her.
Baby. On say court on, say me, Usamam me or quarter, eh? But row, if you am no worry, I mean, no jay, now some Usamam or quarter. Over try the crow here, say be up a me car, when the ball brow car, if you anyway. What you say, and then I will pay. Now, Miss Man, as if you know me, yes, say. Maybe Timu enter the judge and say, me cram my offer, tea. Bema would mean answer a person wo. Or who say wo, when he brad and I would demand when you cry. I say, a man when you dear at the bidding crab ball. Oh, can't you court and say, court, eh? Me man 20 billion no. A man if you car or swamp pay. A bread power catch a court sell man 20 billion if you car no. Court make us, oh, okay. Now, be my crime 20 billion if you car, dear. Some of court so cry, as a macrano. You bet me judge and after more, as some me D anymore. Into one true. You kind of cringe. And let me tell you something. Sika, me and I'm no worry. Na me no fear to muka and this guy will never say my mouth fear no one. I'm out 20 billion our car can cast a one pa. I will make sure said you obey Yano. Let's be real. It is Sana Quaye. It is me Mr. T said judge. Mr. T will say money fee and a can or swamp and I just like I say, okay, so money fees and back. And it's cannot cost money saying 20 billion. Okay, you there for feeling man and a man cannot 20 billion. No, I also want you sent there for 5 billion. Can only get 25 billion. Oh, yes, I that. And Timon Cassadin on us once to two because I know no new Quaye. Say new Quaye and a job banner. Yeah, and on the best to say, my lord, Nija Obano, but I mean to mention as aqua. It may say, me mano, me or fano, ve a fee. And a car and his cassé, and I'm the orphan. No, I stay to one of the Musa. Na judge Nedja Musa, okay, so say now the man, dear, or bar, or pay a nice amount. A hormone need no best to Musa me or Fanasa. Na judge Amana who say, oh, one crown, no crow, come up a bit more barno. So a barnacas one penny be or Sibia Kawan. No barn sweet be a save Najan, okay, ni, the other more barn is into the NCC in Kahumano. But this is the case of barn in the Jawari.
Okay, and Dr. Platt, I'm the same mean carry. On say call courts and you see contribution be a bear war be a Paris city bra. Inti sadia if ye adayen me encourage say you kunu so enye emboa.
Uti, Mincho no, Mincho Yeshua the own, Tia Fantamati.
Okay.
Me, Quabna, some two and a minu, we police, Miss police, Igna Sika, a befi near the boma. Meet me show Quaye say, oh, Banana Brew Fia, men support two Fia and I mean so. Because I know say you support. But
Dr.
Bema
Class,
Bian
hold
also
on. Dr. Class, hold on. Enye be me bia ne was agent in say ma me mboa me ba me yere no on shefu. Enye obia.
And
Inti
your
he
member,
say
and
me
you,
find say
yes,
what
sir.
worry
That's when
next.
you
Oh, mami fa manu simi ya no akasa. Pani say what worry next me.
Yes, me back.
Oh, nipa ni nhyɛ nye, but obefia ebia nko betumi esa part-time job biaye. But because of nkula to obeba ntem, obegyae sa part-time ebia other job be money extra money no obegyae de ahwe fie. But wo be money there, most of them they don't care. Ono betumi aye adwuma the whole day. Say mine no obeba waba oba ya kwa me na no ade. So we women we think more about the house. Me boa ka se me boa. Nti yentimi ni mema no nya unless both of us
the
we
man who also
decide that
money, they don't support with money. They don't support with money, and it's a fact.
it means say bia na nipa no onye adwuma na ni kura ka chen say bia a housewife said the ma mi ka say ya papa mani je adwuma tena afie say onye housewife e ba ne say no okofeska no he na be support but say me ye adwuma na ye adwuma we are building together nti ye niema bom but here is the case or say me say cha me time new esa be fie ba wo de mostly you are allowed to work throughout. So financially, no be ko any much to me, in the end, sister, ya won't plan here per se and live happily. Ye bibiabo my ensure receipt. Then we look for a nanny. Share your man to sway ye mean ye kaya sickable my tianica. Said it be a yin in time. I hear Jumania property. Because at the end of the day, no ban would jai where Jumana Ocean crana. Receipt bien no had the coach record.
But ye did Sika, ye didn't come over, say, oh, Ayana, Miniam be money didn't come on money, yes, I say, or more worry, man, they are really some of the music canning now, and the bear money can't my which is over Africa and Tessa. Or Barbie choose what Nance married pounds, so not still, I catch us on I bear. Me, hey, Papa, young can't press say, maybe a man in cannot play. Oba Ghana ha, a Juma soldiers for police for nurse for, Opa Mumma approves mechanic press say, Omukrumuni Momupia. Omukrumuni Momupe. The school fees need a fee Sikasembia no Mukruna chia. You are appreciation of Babatana or kind nurse in Ibas or no, you couldn't even pain so virginity. Like, but and come say Barney pretend they say a rough is answer na cano. And that's the realities on grounds. Then come over say yeah, we Ghana for my 100 80%. I was doing so on the warrior on Fenicam when it's Cabema on Ayabema, who to me worry me. That's the mindset. But you didn't come say ya. Near say Yaman, I say, oh man, or may you do say that for me and
so that mindset I remember.
Oh,
Make sure I'm
me mistake. Obviously, that's not true. Me, Casso, obviously, me. My name X, he died because of Sadiano. Young Nayed Macro was one on the episode in the Sika, your payment. I may have bear man or men may use with Biam. I can't do that. I can't meet me dial you. I can't meet me come home more. Men I make a chance and me. So 3 years, Scabi by Scania. Usikano, a bonus to you, men perfectly. By young Nayed Macro, the young manager honor. One can't tell me I'm a bearman to come and use Missika with you. Do you want me to die early? I won't accept that. But I'm near Dink say ya. Na ye raw. But I'm talking. I always be me raw up with so me cannot cry. What obviously ya your ass did way. Yeah. Maybe I don't know. Until my so me so mean to me come home. Say me sika and I'm coming to sika here fine. But teacher, me know me teacher also your teacher. What's me nkwa na me from sika here now the other dey akoshe obusua. Na me know we ja warriors had the court. I be trying to trust one so the dey ya aduane wo fiana. No. Say ya bomu dia na e kan bom. Ni ya bom. E ba na ye kwacha ya ta bom. Mini problem.
Money being so cast as a money card, and say, was a man to me worry mema because a mema never worry or buy a trieska. You see, then I among one tree.
Yes, yeah, also waka ha. Me ba nyamishira also waka ha. Esa be ma na be ware oba any triade ye yes no cresa se ne be ye triade ye ne abehyew na ka wo oba no tifie ba ne ma no entena fie omo so ye adwuma koba ba ye papa mo time ye na nam brens ana na tie na oba anya adwuma enti be ma wo be ware a enim se wo e basika from ne bibia na abeye na oba no so ye fie adwuma aduane ne nkura no sana na tie ba na tisa entisa enti ne Emma couple so minim nyansa mo be ware na mo miedu nya ye adwuma no enyansa fo couple mo pepra ba no mo kura timi kan mo sika bom no mo ye ayefro no ho ne ye ensa hwe se papa wo na boni ni mu nko ayese den
most of the women they use the kids as an excuse to own cranny. It is a ocean as a cranny tea, only nasi. Baby, me pese me ye juma, Mr. Porty. Into any young family, but to me fry, me and me a cascabo. Yet Yanica, no beer, to me, ati. So the baby baby. To me, that's my mindset.
Yeah, opa o make minia mamo se be kan okra se nurse fo ni bi wo ha police fo ni bi wo ha teachers fo ni bi wo ha mo request na me hwe se mbetimi aka no okra wo sa asem wi a ese mo ware mo kunu mu a woni ukunu wo ye police ukunu so ye police wo ye nurse ukunu so ye nurse mumye no muka musika boma na ye joint e ma mo de chichiri fia na mo request na mo na ye hwe se mbeka no okra wa ha me da say sika if you do fie meet you
Class. Good afternoon. So good evening. So, me talking from experience. Yo, me just me bebo be mechi na me bebo mechi. But then you know, a man be nye fair, man so be nye fair. Because I'm talking from experience. Obi wa ha ne be ma betena, ansa na wo be ma kra betena, wo ne oba betena, wo be ye no. Ejina oba odi wachi. Enyo oba bia na betimi na bobra. Ebesi obi wo ho sewo ni no papa no ne sesifo no mu sisi enfan se no mu di agowie nyum nyina na adru wo no enti no oba no kro ne tena is a plus for him eti also no kro da oba na se kra wo ho because enfan won se ni ne nyoma wagye nyi enfan se de ode ma oba na anje akoko ti ama ni sei no oba ne betimi de sa nyoma keto na kako make na wo ni wa baba deserve your bed oba bi wo ho be kan ho de balak na be kan ho ti so ne oba atena na ye kan no kra na so oba no kra no when drew baby wo level na ko higher hu ne sesa oba ne ye oba papa no wagina wachi me maame ene me papa tena na maame papa ni hwe enso papa edi ye am wan se ya ba me go abrochiri o me maame tena nya se bia na onya adwuma o madwuma na ye se ye family adwuma me maame ne me papa kwa adwuma ba me maame mfa ne sika nka mfa ne nsa nka sika no ni nyina kodi me papa kwa se ne ye de bobra me di sidan enne me papa ba ka chere me maame se e yo no sika no di sidan no mpa choti ase e plus ni me maame unim se de me maame ye brefo titie pa eti mema na bi mu wo ha o madwene mo yo so madwene ne ye da so pa ama che so mo di biti ofo oba na se bi o na di nim ni na disua no wo fom kakra be na o yusu na adwene ye dai abiti no ama no ti obi wo ho betima most of time mema na o mata aka se tenafie housewife no tenafie na ye housewife no na wo ka se wo yin tenafie nya housewife no e be ye de na obe support wo with say bi wo si da obe support e be no wanya receipt aba see if I'm a some a cocoa to see, maybe I mean your receipt, because I do not buy a receipt bed.
I made the film in Joanna. Oh, I had a man for NTS in Shiamlani, say, as some Mujawari now banny a housewife, now some cocota. Property na beman I know. Ye more banny be. A honum de more banny because Uberman or Mama housewife, Asian cranny be an beman. But the Mra court and Assassin say, or buy ye juma, na be man so ye juma no munina obi a nyesika. Na wo ba no fa sika support be man na nya japade no ye wie a eno na yasesa no. It is a wo ma me do fi me ware na me ka se tenafie na ye housewife a na me no ugya ne na ekokota na japade bi ba ma ye do percentage be ma.
Sisi enyo meti ase sisi no quarter ware na ekoni nyina nya ye time aware o ye wi aware ye ko ye tete aware asem o 16 years ye tete aware asem ne ye kan o we nya na mu aware o ntimi fa ha na mu aware me compare tete aware no na me nim say
Me bo the ye hwe se The Ebra ye or Yadia now, Yadia.
Ye dear brave, actually, na me
fever.
dear brave ye, dear na me
Ọfa
ba
ọba
dear mama tie, Betty and Sissy and so on my barney baby, and or barney so one pay, and all the
Yes.
court. And yes, here ma what a ye, I hinted when me at the Tibini Crabo. Ye the man and no senko hona no what you
In this case,
so oh yes, son, and that means you are being greedy.
Mammy do fee, would you say, and cow papa no mammy away? And move you too, and our papa on about co.
Mema make a choice
about qua. Come, what you see.
Me make a because the man one cannot do baby out. I really no crowunya. Sana tie wa brabo.
Richard ama ofie baako ema obense ka ho ema o 20 billion ka ho na o see usa because o think say Richard sika na wanya no say sika na o de ma usa na court so aba form a wan ni mbremu no wa ha be ma na yebiki da na we
blame that and make us say no sa no your ba ni brefo because me so o de sa de na mama ya me meje na masa bompa ye boni egu so because me no na ye na wa ba form ne kwa na make a me bompa ye ba bia me wura nti komi na be firi nse bia me ye na ma de sa de me firi nsem na me de ye no ma je na me de akwa koye yie because oba nyansafo anya oba bia na ne betena ne be bobra be ye yie e man ye odu ho ye ba black it is oba no wanje a eno no ne ono no fault
not for a game mama do fie na me nkomo a me di nyina ne say enura achi me de me maame Joanna be see ha etro say a total cheat yesisi me maame Joanna e na me maame ho example say unless say be ma na man sika bi e na so wonje ne court e na court ayi nya sa de maame ne yesisi no e na de chi ye asema me kasi so onua mpa enya nchen maame ba papa ba ko abetrim say ye onua no ma no ofa ba ba na so mpa ofa no because of influence bi na open to so benya more than that e na akwa court atiso until Richard ye ntimi say Richard din e wo say Richard in pabonini
e mani
ye and let's say this me nua ba bi wo ha one person be accept this fact
and say ekoye me na me ni ho ti o ade na me ni ho asamo ka so obi be ka kire okra na A+ na wo ni ho se bi enye nokore se bi enye nokore se ekoye sa ade a ene oba na aye ono no mistake because ufa top so ja obema no so wo ma wo sei no wo ma we bi am say bi 20 billion ana wo anje eye wo wani bro ana akwakọ wie wo sa wo eye wo na akọ wie sa it no say girl mama me no say bi ye mama no oje na nkwa bi obefa so bebo mpa ye se so na netna na onyaye ani ye se de bibi mpanifo mu bu bebi se bibi ompefesa no bo ne nsam ko zadan ana ye di ohwetwe potoma na fie no nchini fa bom ana ye wade bi nso ha wo kan no kore so woni be ma betena na woni hwe wada zero na enne wa yi ye kana say plain yi ya omokeka onyoma wo na doso na se ya fa no so ohwenya mienimu ma we na wo oba na otirimu ntena se de ode am wasisi wa de eje na akwan bi abefa so ne netena na onyaye wiase ana mema mi se etumufo oba wona ne betena mo bobra obedru baabi no na ye ho so de masem eba ha me no netena na de masem be ha me ka no kra mi ntimi ntena sa aware no ebe ye me ya osa na oba bi an so be ye ne ya eti won ntimi ntena ana munyai se we na pre-divorce na pre so be so jai woni me nyomo de ni kom be bi wotimi firi wo di watam de oba no kra wakofa na ite twa wo mpoa na ye sa oba no betimi atene mo ntimi ntine eti wantimi antene no be ka so no wo be jai
divorce ya ma
onu be jai na ye ho se me de me na mani atie me ma ne kakra bi oba wo ni be ma jai de o de be ma obi age uji abompa ye bone wo tena fom bompa ye bone tia no na ne nyoma wanya nyina won ba fom no hu se wo na wo so wo mfa so na menye se wo fonje
afiati onia be ma na be kasa yin o se ni nua ba no o kasa o chiti on de onim on chiti eno de Ghana fo nka no ba ne kure na o kan se onua ba na ma no e fa ni ska wante de bi mu so onua ne twantro ade na yesa yesa
ade nti no twantrem enia ntafo kro mu guye mo ntafo kro mu guye fon banko no obi aba na adwene ko mimi nua mo ye mmema me yensa men kwa na me ye oba wo
yes
mimi nua mema ni no timi kasa mu nyina adwene ye pe mimi wonua be ma bi on ne di machi wo ye futu bibi oba be ka no kro pa ne nkoye te se de agrada nua ne ye ye no mimi nua be ma ne betimi aye mibi oba be kan no kore enti no se ni nua na ba be kan no nkyere se bia ni nua ne nka no kore ho na me niwo mitimi nka se de ni nua ne kan ye no enye ne kura na ye ne kore se ni ho nso wa ne nua no nso ntini me kasa
no kura besan with
eti enka o sai
me say no besan with you.
Insanity ni die obu ha me kasa emege obu ha sa na o te o me kasa ni ade ba de obeye o back door wunim eti say sa de tie de oba na anya ade because me me offer say aba beto me ka tell say maage na kwan bi abefa so ase obema na okọ na bra bo nye yie no fa so na wodi ni nye yie because ye ma sa offer na wanje na ekoduru court ni ye sa bete so mawa eye wuwa na wa ya ma say ya baba that means wani brade na esa wa we no kra wo mu na nye odobi na ade wa we ni majapade nti na aye dey okwa wa we ni ana this untimi nka sister no so ajapade nti na okwa because nye say bi oba na bra no slow oba na bra ni hwe no na netena brɛ
and they want to yeah it will be a person so many because yes start
national obi ada person obesima because wa brɛ wa senior ma wa won kora wa ye nioma de be
it's na bra no so ya ade wono ho no ono so ma odan ne car say be ya
yes a whole problem no ba mema no so sometimes we sifo dodo na won so wo hwenye bra wa wo ne nioma wo ye na wo koyi sade me de me person ni wo ye ne say court na kase wo ma ni se bo ma ni bi nka ho na mfa sumdue nye de embra
afia do fie 20 billion na ode ma ye maami unum benz do be to 20 billion
na say money 3 billion na 20 billion abeda ni 3 billion
and I said the oba na fort
anti me so kasa obe e de ono so beta platform e kwa chiri ontie de asundie beba
enti unless a utie enti the oba na be yini and na yenti okay wo advice be na be man come enti advice na be man am say on kasa na enti kasa yeti o
say advice say or be dey say 3 billion ye de amana no
ese ya man sika na wakwa ya ate so no wo yoba advice be na be man kan so won koka yeti o
advice o say to see wo wakwa pre divorce na ye fa le say entuntum fie pani fie akọ na mframa aho no be man na nkasa no se so ntimi koka say bia me sa pese me ne be man ne tana enye yie eti advice abede me man say 3 billion na na de be man na so numu a they say dey na be you don't have anything to do
sir ubetumi aka che woni aba ne say ayampa se ye wo fan
your fan okay your fan start the na so wanje dey your no one loss
20 advice I obeka e dey be ma wo enu aba ne say your fan asa no wanje a nothing is too late fa dwa to akọ kopa acho
me
yes sorry but you
mo pese okwa
o dey nya hwe so wo mama na ba ti
okwa apilia
say appeal be ko afia do fie uti na be ma na pese issue ekro ba out ntino yes o ma ofie ni we na ye twa so na ye ja aware na obi akọ no baby e na so be won tiase who deserve much than that e na ya court okọ court nso ehwema de o deserve na de amount which emra na yetimi challenge emra no nti se wo hwe na court no de o de ma onye okay na afi de okunu de ma won se wodi nkwase se ma the only thing say o de dua to be ko apa okunu achew ama Ghana fo hu say one na open why o mistake nti me se o se okunu san fa ma wo eno de obi abati asese wo fa na wo ka so de be ma nti o de fa ma no na ehwe
now you sure say lady you ka sa se we chi no ba ye onye obedi di brand no chi aye me koya apia ma no so aka ko fa asem foforo aba
because this case me who knew say ni e fan says can na car ni scan one dia me come dem ni why ade mpo yen kan kra wa
na me ka ye na bia na kra panel me wo kan say brand yes ade ne dia why ni nyame so adwuma but say wo na won to ho asena ade akokọ tene ate so ye wow loss
yeah mama ntie kofi so kofi akwaba on say ya no mabo how true is that and so dey be a social media yi so obi be kan asema no anom be kan na ya gina so say de o kan ye no kre ne de ka bi mama yi ba be ma be kan na fi be ma ne de say how true is that and kofi
I think the fact of the issue na be gina so the argument, you know, it should be basically the omoko kan e court. I have read both rulings. My reading on divorce, you know, and I'm reading on the property, and litigation now, you know. At no point in the divorce proceedings the man mentioned, say, the woman cheated or attempted to poison him. I believe say if a woman agile on grounds of unfaithfulness, any abuser, now say you have this strong evidence, you should be able to present it at the court.
Kofi chain. The
Yeah,
free.
no harm.
And the we know and yet by force it in Java catch him so poison. You'll be presenting a course a year. And maybe our Pacron say we here from them.
Okay, so, Dr. Platts, I didn't have to introduce myself, okay? I have been a journalist for at least 16 years. My reporting free court, I understand court proceedings a lot. Obi de o court say ojao on basis of unfaithfulness and abuse. Now say who evidence that this same person has cheated on you and poisoned you. Look, you cannot defend it, say the person will not bring that matter up. If that thing ever happened, Kanye would have been the first person to call for divorce. No, I'm punching holes in the two main issues now. Oh, please.
You say, you should let me boost back. So, if you bedroom on a question in a court, what's what report to a court? A general court. And so be report here based on also the poisoning or the bear attacking on, right?
Of course, divorce on grounds of the infidelity and abuse. That was the grounds upon which the woman sought the divorce.
We are say me she too me. We are say me too me so. Na me court say me cheat into empower any be. Na me am say be me cheat na on so empower any be. Me you know what every right say so dey are no. Without me backing my evidence be one. Me so me na me power you na me be say okay mungu aware no. Na obi anko no be. What about that?
Of course, you would agree to it, but naturally you would also present your side of the story. You don't just go to court and say, okay, I'll see you there, uncle, okay, machiti, okay, no, any realistic meaning. Look, all these things are afterthoughts. Sir, houseboy no bamu, houseboy or cranim say, onimpo say, ne madam Esther viniku of sex. Can you imagine? Houseboy onim the kind of bagger, Nira, these people were coached. They were coached.
Kofi Uti, what's what report to court? We journalists are work court or report. So you do cranka, what can I say me say no houseboy in the also me houseboy in some more. But I'm about houseboy in the on my platform so because how I may share how houseboy and or casano. Na me mame the casamuni I say when yet na dream community na dreaming papa bisa they make what I say na for houseboy in the am your point by Joanna enua e kasa no say Joanna enua no a very educated reasonable our kasa so
I'm just trying to let you know
because
Joanna enua is it because they all come from Funtiana is it because all come from Funtina won't say na dream do Obi uro so an chese we Jimmy Dr. Plus Obi uro so an chese we Jimmy
no me ne so any me na work and am dey kan ti ono me say on say me kasa ma fa houseboy ne dey am Joanna nua na e kasa no e ba cheat asem wo sign okru ne say onum so okru na cheat and san onyansafo e kasa mintimi kan ti obi say wa cheat ana wa wie ma bra me nya evidence enkoto om so om da ho edi om and I'm in phone text message and read this ampa obi di me and I can boldly tell you say oh free houseboy e be jena baby say unprove say and him who say ex-wife no ye dina won't improve Alabama said they make no what yes intimi me nyansa no adwin na me dey
because e dey prove na che say bodua Unchiti abudia. All these things are there. It's also a proof, traditional proof. No. Udia gba me bo me hu dua say ade me hu say why. A proof.
And also ho. But the entire me fa Joanna nua no e de point ni say Joanna nua no yebusa ne say ni achiti. Wo say say no ni achiti dia won onim proof bia wo ho. Yebusa onua no so say onua na achiti wo so onua no won de wo hu so achiti. Yemfa no to nchen. What the offer ever to us? Oh, Onia
So
no,
me
our
I'm
really
work
good
on
now,
there.
person about man offer.
Mame round
So
it up,
let's base
keke.
on
I'm
that
going
offer
to
now.
interrupt me. It will not help my point.
It took off a houseboy, the bad bad year, and a tree on Hogu. You make what I say. To go straight to the point, journalist
Meet
are all reporting quarters and call. Maybe around the bush.
ne nua no claim say nneɛma ma woman no $2 million. $2 million. Look, $2 million, 2 million cedis, $200,000. Your Broni baby one can crying to me to us. This is a guy who is on the media saying he is worth $1 billion. Now, if you are worth $1 billion, the one who started with you are the kind of business I elevate you to that level. No, also patana with $200,000. And you think, say, he has done her a lot of favors when the lady knows exactly how much is involved. It will say unfanisa, as if say, or no, on using the discretion to decide what he wants to give to the woman. It doesn't work like that. I was saying, who shared the sum total of the woman's contribution to his life, and the woman knows
Okay,
it better than all of us. If the woman didn't accept it, don't interrupt me. Too much. You don't help me.
On say, may also report to a court. Some person will go straight to the
Of course,
court point.
Isaac Chirando, you can Google my name. It's not like me say.
Yeah.
Isaac Chirando is my name. You can Google my name. But let me just make my point, and then maybe, because if you don't let me to flow, that's a interject me, but I don't wait. I don't know if you get me. Now, who say woman $2 million in the presence of who? Ni nua bi a ɔsi ɔne ne kra enkasa. Yebusa ni nua ne se ne sister ni chiti no ɔsi dabi, but unim ni patrim. That should tell you say ni nua no could not directly accuse his sister no, but he did not want to clear every doubt. And so such a witness, you don't say or a credible witness. Secondly, in terms of Nia or Nia sister, any good terms, now there is money involved, that guy can easily be corrupted. Joseph Ninianum the tone, and took us a Niniana Beka, and to the credibility in the factor or Ninia, it is not sufficient enough. The key thing is that Ni had the opportunity to defend himself at the court. Way mono na after the Omodeba, there was this Ni guy or say they know a lot of things that they didn't want to say. Mabeka say we nipa na chiti, nipa na poison bema. What else can you say? The truth is, a lot of things might have happened in the past. I have not attacked me and I will never attack him because I don't know what happened in the past. But every logical person would know say that judgment is faulty on several grounds. One of the reasons he said the woman is beautiful, nonsense. She has 3 children, the last one cry at 11. It's possible say she might not marry. And what if she goes to marry and she goes to marry from a comfortable position? Or say, or per se, or use to prevent people from looking at marriage as an investment. Now, Uber Ghana has say, how many times na for any omukwesika for jaya, it has never happened. You don't have record of that. And so it's not like it is a problem in our society. Uber say, or you see OB case, a Western problem. In Ghana, most cases, people endure in marriage and probably hope that the new to be trapped. This woman says, my yet this, and that contribution. The duty of the judge is to sit down and then analyze the role the woman has played and then decide on what the woman deserves. And not to say, because midi way, editor way. So, once you see OB case and severe as deterrent and from Mobi, you must deal with it according to the merits of the case. It's the judge failed to do that. In fact, there are several grounds. How can you? People have said stuff that I do not want to repeat, but the truth of the matter is that maybe I use maybe because you didn't baby abrabon ebisi, but ebia kani enshia woman ebia kwendu baby awedu. And here, as young men, when we are looking at some of these things, people look at it as how it favors them as men. Me, I am a father. I have a daughter. I have sons. If I look at what will favor my son, I also have to look at what will favor my daughter. Maybe coffee by 9 p.m. Meko fio no Everything in the house is set. My wife is a teacher, but she cooks, she washes, she does everything. Can I put a price on the contribution in the home? And so even if woman didn't contribute a dime to the man's business, her role as a wife alone, that has laid the foundation for a billionaire. More than 300,000 cedis. And we look at it like she was being unreasonable with the 50 million. Hey, Obi was $1 billion. Now, so we request $50 million. $55 million. Hey, just your friend is saying.
The question is, I'm making some interrupting. Now, okay. Say near my way. I be I can see us always see the bank. I will cast Kamano.
Of course. I have watched interviews of the guy or say when retired, and he told himself that he would retire when he makes $1 billion. That's what he said. I watched the interview. So by that, he was insinuating that he had $1 billion. And after that interview, Ghana Revenue Authority for inviting him. And so the guy has that much. And so he has the capacity to do better for the woman. We feel like, that's why I don't want to even mean 14, but they have of damage control with these two guys. And we are trying to put so much premium on it. Say woman in Mekasa, woman in Mekasa, woman on Mekade. How many times have we even seen that woman in the media?
Okay, I say Kofichi, once I walk as an amount for some interrupt too. Once I walk as a on when you are one my back on damage control and away at Tiana. Because I say once I walk out, I say you're influencing with Ska or Wakasana account. But I also want kind of once why your hand stairs and see a bit my community and the other tone chain. Two,
because
Mammy who depends about Mammy to you. Mammy who depends so a free abontrain as we casa hawa ni a brono a masem or canning nami edgy DM at the point and on the ancestors and the pacrona yet the magic control. I'm a woman, no. Meboa. But woman nine me abekasa ede yes sikanti why damage control but more officer you be answer be able to this cat no e okrowe munim and more officer abusua ewom obi wono man asem si and yes and I know any no and I know so there you see once I walk kasa no we offer na e ba mu film na I was thinking say what the offer na be bam so what the offer na ba mu wie say the onua na kana na ka the approval point e the account for low mu. But I would condemn the Union can say Union corrupt and bit my discount and non fine asem. And one of who said maybe you two are siding the lady or it was siding on ladiness side, which I support you on that. But I can per se and ne as will be also reported our way say Naka Wakano, say boy no offer no one boy no make a cheating wasem. I say Unia bad cheaty, so near bad poison one can or can offer wasem. Into one can be a way Naka offer and bar. Now we outside the judge need now ye no aba but o condemn me offer no tonkuni e catch offer and say on the more damage control ama ni which is not right me my bashi ni as I be chim say ni sika ni mpo a wanya no so wonya sika na yesi na sika no kra ni monyam ni I did that e be ye video e be ka say Joanna sika e de ama no a total cheat. So obi a wo ha bia on kasa meboa me ya video e be kan wa ha so ntie ne me tie na another point aba na yesa de isu ade na me fa sa point no na wo a be so che me say obi ya damage control ama ni na is a lie. I can boldly tell you say it's a lie. Okay, I don't know issue back
damage control their money. I think I have never damage control. But the point is that
damage control.
Credible witness. The person has a strained relationship with his sister.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Jane.
Problem interview with a blogger.
Answer me where money. Jane, answer me money. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to go deep about the all back door for ABI sister Joanna, which I know say I'll come back. I don't want to talk about that because I respect the privacy. I respect the privacy. So don't bye. Respecting the privacy. Why not may you say I then you said me any tempna. I then you which one answer me? I don't Ghana
Who
for a
say?
JD. And
Who say?
then
Then you
control.
who send me any hajja for your trip now?
And then get damage control.
Who say I know them, but it's divorce never end out here now because we have known this for since hajja for your year and the birthday party. I think 3 years ago.
I didn't know who ye. I'm now saying air so much in
Now say, but where's go round? We knew some of us. We knew the sponsor of the birthday party.
Okay, you see, me didn't come out. I'm very honest. Unia no, Joan no anu abeka say your fa unia ba ni skade. Ukofia na what just boy in between influenced by sikan to ndindi. But what dear, who did he say? Edia for real. One Richard air chimpana and the Ujidi. I woka say wouldn't be your sponsor. What is a ni ebedina bontene and idea for rebedina bontene chiri say ni a sponsor and a birthday. You have no proof. Oh, but you wouldn't prove the old case a chain or credit. So why no obedient also on this Canadian influence no. Inti yendini say need ye watching pana Ghana for your near dear for real and pan to one papa. But the unia the John and Nia Bema Canadian John about Nia Bema the influence in Wiska. Hey,
In Okan court divorce way now, he did not deny that he was cheating. Not once did he deny that he was cheating.
and
I think when you are making such a case, your basis should be the penalty defense at the court. He didn't deny that.
One deny as we cheat. And now, what's your court no more? What you say, one no new queen, Nina, court to go and because our any day, so what make a cheating was it was so cheating. One was so court to go because our any day, so cheating as far as I go far away. Nino crank also cheating as my lord, my cheating was my cheating. But just so short, was our real won't say, I'm going to court and Bruno beyond baby. So when also for report our court to the now court as when you are talking, be honest. Now
What kind of divorce judgment, you know?
my team like I'm about to Hakasa.
How many pages?
Now what kind of divorce page, you know? What's inside here for run and not page?
Look, you are trying too hard. That is the problem. Oh, try too hard. What ascribe almost 100%.
You see, on say before Empenokre. One no busa me say me kind we know how many pages. With you. One no busa say me kind how many pages. Na me kra mani abre na me kind dia me have more check pages. And you be able to check dia check pages. But you kind we no check page. Who busa say how many pages? Na me busa say Ubusam say how many pages? Na me busa say Hajia for real. What true mu say Hajia for real on the crowd there. What they also am being hard on you.
Because I know that majority of people have not read it because divorce ruling, it is not in the public. You have to go into the court archives. Who now media with what you read the 7 pages, the ruling on the your friends saying settlement, financial settlement, Divorce ruling itself, Nakasana, it's not in the public domain. So if I'm asking you, say what kind, it is because I know say one kind. But that is not even the point. The point is that you are trying to tell us until the woman comes out to dispute the anybody and when you listen to anybody and carefully, the guy is denying Niyama is a cheat. When we all know that the guy has an extra girlfriend, he says, so this is Sunday on cheated about everything is possible.
I say, "Mami meeting on my point. On also I'm making a point, no. As me say, me basic the brother and the kind. Yes, me basic the brother and the kind because ne brother no one no money efie ebia onua abusua. But wo kura na wonya abusua ni no a won chen no. What so would you say ni edia for rare carbon because unim your sponsor birthday no. You see, it's all say yeah BBC logical you say yeah found more share comment section young down
it hasn't become fact. You can dispute it because minka say minim there's a verse this guy is trying to tell you minim the Akosua, and we are listening carefully and we know that the guy cannot be trusted because obi do obi who dance na first off when him son in a relationship near papa. You should always question the validity of sad and CBN. Why would they pick up all people who be on in Kasa?
You see, this a hampo na yesi eje boy ni dino. Sa me ne wo se yentam ye fine a wodi nkwase asem kura mentimi nka. Ba me ne wo ntam ye fine a na asem na make na ye no kura mpa betimi aka because after all me ne wo ntam ye fine. We cannot cry no.
For you to lie, especially if you know say you can benefit from the lie.
Na boy no twa ntro ben. Dogu onua ba na ni masio. Ese onua potiti ye. Ebusa so onua ba no hu so otiti. Wa me go onua na ni masi. The ono offer oni mo no be kan wo. So why is that
why that presenting necessary in the public eye as a greedy person? And isn't that enough? The case is more about the woman wanting more or less. Not necessarily about she cheating. But Unia, me see from all that I can say, and say, let me just drop. I think say thanks for the opportunity. This is the first time who live. I so much wanted to speak to it. You deep down in your heart, you know, said the woman deserves more. I mean, obia conscience and
You see, I am a say also who life you see. I would just say so. Casa me na the woman about to her. It seems a woman deserve more na a total cheat. But want to say, Mister who say I'm offer be say no reject to offer ne dia. A unia na eka ya hu nipa. A unia no ntam onya fine ti dia. Wo mu na e no kre and worker. So I will base on the offer and so now the judge master nyansani. They make what myself. But they are possible.
You are not
because as another
issue. Who presenting as a statement of fact until the woman comes to dispute it.
Alabama for an blame. That's it.
Doctor. On say and send you
on send pamp.
When send your woman the kasa and I hope so Obama Miss Makasa. Makasa. Because I can't send be I can't send be na sometimes yeah I mean think of phobia say I don't know say issues bar now I remember be kasa they just jump onto the defense of women just like that because Omone the first people to come out to speak as them see a man be babontin ababe kasa my who say videos aya bono na no am wobre na no aye kakaka no de abeto ho na enkofo ma public sympathy say be asam no kankra na wan hwe ya na koye say ase wo no ndo nipa o mpe nipa asam simply enkwa no me te app no so no moye hwe sister bi din kan be kasa na ma me frosoro achepa and okan asem bi o say an na me ma no ye moa ema no e wo fiade ye si hu ni se fiade ye no enye part of marital like assessment of whatever you brought into the marriage ni cha you consider enoa ade na me man ya ye mo mo fiade yo we okan na mbofu o kan sa asem ne pe na emom ahyema bufu because emaya am kasa no Dr. Plus ebi mo ma wo 10 years ebi mo ba ema wo 11 years 12 years now about what 10 years are o expect say ukunu emepraba ene o me twitwi ba afuma na Richard Niama ne mana omoto akese nkura nan a isisi wo a omo ne wo tifie ho no ti wo beze ka Richard Niama ne wo emra mede emprefia na o me support wo fiade sometimes omo make statement be make sense se wunya wo akura abaya bema no 8-9 years a me Alabama me mwa wo fiade bia enkura no enu na me wo nkura they must support you to wash the utensils, clean the kitchen, clean the house. Enye bema said ye no. Now, yana sometimes me dream omo ho a me ntine me biase. Lady no maid wo fie ho a any house boys omo ye fie ho adwuma wo. E driving kura ni di ko school. Ube kom kura no na ye wo de odware nkura no ho aduane ono ahwe e wo fie ho because omo ba be ye king kong e wo fie ho. Ejube komono na ye will maid servants papa iti omuka. A lot of men are going through that. Uye na ye charge apade house na me na me hwe fie. So what about the maid I was paying? Maid na me tua ne ka no. Wo ebe ema bebre ti se ono. They don't even sweep the house. Nyom na pray fie. Set na fie hwe nkra, nyom kwa na hwe nkra no. Obi okwa wonware ne bata. Fi se okwa aware mu nware ne ba. Ne ma me behwe ni wie no okwa no ma fa maid na maid no na cheke eye bibia no aduane kura ma be ma ni di. Be ma ne be say tua bills or te ho no hwe Netflix. Otumi hwe TV from morning to evening. A lot of men dey tell catch man bi so munya adwuma no. And they say a man is sika na mo de bare na insignificant. They can natural. Most of the women the entire motin you know musika no mo de buy insignificant because me meje 10,000 Ghana cedis na me yere ko na the 1,005 bar is better so tenafie because 1,005 on who didn't nyina be for car some of them cry yen dey san feel o mo cars car na ya to ama no yen dey san feel car no ma no e ma de ko adwuma. Why is it that sometimes when they leave marriages now o ma nya mema bi ti se be ma na owo sika no na tina a lot of the cars now dey mo tonton they sell it. Some of the business shares out there, man, no, Ogunu, Otimi manage. Most of them. Once or baby better as or no, Bebom Payama Senka or no any Obana or Bebom Payama Richard Niamana Jumana say, Ama Obe losing a Jumani in us or no any Obana. Forgetting ne Richard Niama Emano, Esa or Ma Adachi or Deja Padiana, one farmer Yereno. Aman Yeren the boyfriend, Uncle Dino or the Bema Nemba. But obebom pesa adwuma ne nsema ontonton japade no na mo ne ma na mo ono oba no enka ho. Are you stupid? Wo yo oba na odwina adwini we say me ni me kunu kun e wo court na me ne ekono ajapade na me pe wo ba be ma no ma enya na emom be ma no odwin ne ma ho hwe ne ma eto de japade no at the end of the day be ma ne ma. So what's your problem as oba say be ma de japade ma ne ma na wa fa ma wo a what's your problem? Dientina na mo fight. Dientina na mo bre. Enya mo mantra. Eti se man ware wa na me ne wagyae na wo no na mintumi ne wonna bieu. Me ne wontumi ntina bieu. Na mo memma. Eye nkrofo ampesem de majapade ma wo mo a. What is your beef? Enya nyina yema. Yen call the next one. 1 billion. 1 billion. A big money. No ena Richard Anima Niama suggest first ena osiswa ena oye ni 2 billion 2 million, sorry, 2 million. Ghana, old Ghana is 20 billion. 20 billion. Now, as we say, we are not a catcher, a man of the Tias of Yidino. How many of them now? And I'm got to have 20 billion. A man a wab Bruchina,
5 billion, 5 billion. 5 billion.
Oh, in some of them, some of the women, before we met them, almost say, Anna, Bema dear, Unya Warepa, and our Quaye, and I said, but before we met you, now that's what to Papa Fee, now I dying, a 1 year do Quaye, echo wall for the first time. Yet chill could do first time, no. Now I them, it do a papa them air condition more. By your boys, no, yet timia to air conditioner boy a dem, I'm over daho, ebe biu, a fili, a so TV. For the first time, Obu ani papa TV crowd, ultimate so, a mano. Some of them ultimate some papa TV. But I'm buy a wa, no more for remote, no more than passo, no more TV. For the first time, Yanni Momus animano. Some of them. And Sao Barney or Numum, Nebema Beman a ye. Are you serious? Now Beman on more Branco baby and Cabarano. Some of these women above one thing. They say they have made the men. But why don't you make yourself? Oh, Obana say, "One of my bema biaye." But here was no what it's up and some. Now no bia. Now no bia. Now what Ghana? Ye shall now to Ghana. Or before Quabroche, oh, so now man, what are you talking about? Most women now or no or near to many scada as not bema be hen. As a net bemana ye or so on mum and a share bemano. What are you talking about? Payano, can you quantify your prayers? As a and I'm a bomb payamano, me bomb payamano, now bomb payamano, and I say, only a downfall. Dim como bonia. Are you boy no interview Munko Dr. Plaza Biawansi. Echo ending no or see or no ni scratch no edan eben na ni nua ba ni timi ko hyɛ ne dem ho ni nua ba ni timi ko hyɛ ne dem ho you can show a man wa app no so mo yedidi no that is a cheating behavior me yere madam for them men's boys me madam for men's boys me be sra me no ba me dem na me man dan so men's boys I say na obedada ha na me ko hu se anajo me yere hye ho ene bonko that's a cheating behavior. What are you talking about? Boy ni too free fear ho abrawone na dan for Richard Niama enya problem no otuko han ni dan otuko han ni dan the area boys there can confirm say na girl ni ba ho na girl no oba ho na ko koyeden. Is that not cheating behavior? What are you talking about? So wo ware na ware na ngu ya still you are a married woman. So if you go to another man's house abra obi anima what are you going there to do? Na cheating no just say kotie ni hye otwani mko na cheating. Are you serious? Ana mumu ji say ye ka se be oba bi cheat a ji say ye di na nsa na ye cheating. Udi ukunu ho nkonkonsa e ton ukunu adwuma e man krofo e expose ukunu a e cheating behavior. They should understand it. Mubeka ene ne de masum bebu go Alabama is on the floor. Wasum bebu. Ye wi an beko color so ene 10 o'clock e be ye oja. Maba back e be ye oja e wo app no so. Se bema on e mema ne bebre. Let me tell you something. E mema ne bebre so mo doma. Na o try say o pese o putu another man above them. The men will stand against you. Now, on who say an enemy. This woman, ebe can happen and say, who ni mobo. At the end of the day, court na mano 3 billion. It is too small. It is Richard Neoma emano. Bibinka hon. O yes, I did not make it dinner temper so equasia. So yes, I did not make it dinner temper so equasia. Say 1 city in a court no kayan oman 1 city. Now make sure say or the scano ebe wura ni manim. No wa hwe ne maye no wa make sure say ne ma na nya ba bia gina because who this can go do oba ni mu abema wo for ne ba be chine di no kwa a waste of money. Okay, in the next 3 years dan suma dan na e dia ma oba no wo de opa mo kwa mo mfa ho ba hu ha ofie na tete apansam ya no mo se mema ho ni mfa so hwe oba e pedan bia wo de fama no se nkoma ni East Legon dana could she have maintain it? Who by say amount is Legon Diana, who bet maintain? Can you maintain it? One say, imagine one about say, is it you are che? Some of the Jiminti, all you know, they say, Adia obey a bear, be shin, so do Quebecoman, another man. No, Dimatem.
But so because I said you are trying the attempt.
That be, and now sometimes me needing attempt. Sometimes me needing attempt.
And now the attempt would be.
Dabi no the omucho na say ho. Enti unim the omucho na say ho. Let me fire and go, doctor. Oh yes, so I make do na ko some deal. Now the thing is very simple. The thing is very simple, Mate. Any almost when no man shame before say ho. The thing is very simple. Okay, in Abrabono, a mema domao, where a mema are very kind people. Doctor, or me a very kind people. Say obey bema na bema do wa on doctor bema be yin bi bia dia ma wo ye na etimi hia obi a yenim ni da na ye boa no e ma ante sa naturally e ma ante sa me ka me cho say oba bi ni bema bi ko court ye miracle films me se mo nko sechi na mo hwe ena obema no do oba ri nti no miracle films o do ne yiri nti odi ne dan nyina ne yiri din ye Omu court omu ja ware no.
Omu ejimi ana say odo.
Ejimi do. Ye fe ni jimi do. E no de oba ni din ye bibia na aware ni guo. Doctor. Ye de niam ni nyina ma oba no. E dan ba ko pe a e de ma papa yi. Oba ni chemu mienu. E no na dan no e ma oba ni half. E say de Richard niam de ma half. E na be man half. O chemu di half no e kindergarten. And Conca say, oh, a Japanese idea, mammy, but I could pay with Quaye in Chim de Mammy Fan Chebemano, or Fanchano. Only Chim pain. As I the Quaye kindergarten say, and Grano, and may a trick of Panasun. Say a man who jaya or Mutimu Dino. Se ma so omo ni ujaya na eko court na omo weni a omo tirimu din no eno bi na odatelamte ne yere no na nko se be giri fie nyina asa ka ho odatelamte die no samukai oba no de wodi aye be ma nyina chi ne ma wawo om ko timi hwe omo e te se de na ohwe wo ma na wodi ko ebe hye no but doctor adani duru ya enkra na eba court final judgment enkra kra nche omo papa omo enye ne ma no omo nche omo papa eti papa no nanka onsan eni de be ma obetimi de awu bia anka papa na anwu eso ahwe nkrofo ma e wo school akese mu doctor emu oya o enti papa we on se musi okotuatu judge ska ene ma ne judgment a mumbe prove so okotua judge ska ese omuni asem ne ema no na se wo de ne court se wabo oba no so de ne court wabo no eno na ekosi say ko read that court judgment on ne Brono ekosi say and what cheer bloggers or who bloggers be to bloggers become and defense be omo bono anodene me dwen wa me ntiase eno tina doctor me mabamu no because the defense near too much. Richard Niama just 2 weeks ago me na me blasting the bills na me blasting no ese ono a kire nkofo didi atem so mko didi nkofo atem but we issue bia ne the way am kan sa issue bia ne se o ya ade a fa no koreye e na Dr. Plas de bia o kan ha no o se no kore honesty e na ade wa adwuma eti no kore no ene sen adentina da no modi leyi ka bia ba e fe ne matters ena enkwa ni di matters na che obokofo matters no che so mo de begu papa ni ma se ni sika wo nyina achi ni me ko school mo de matters ne ko school enu ti na mo de ba ye no but that video is about 10 years ago
a old video
video that do enkwa no se enkwa no hwe omo nan no omo tonye kuma esisi ho enkwa we na e ko chesi saka e jade na old pictures any old videos my house said eba mo be se mu gu papa ni ma se keke Emma muni meme jaya on. Aya munjai na munja space e mone omo woma. At least. Said de be ya be ma no be hwe enkura no e de hu mobo. Adwuma na oba no e wo ni no. Doctor, adwuma na oba ne oni sisi ya ye so no so ye adwuma no. One hwan na ye shareholder. On scratch. On scratch. Adwuma on scratch ne oni.
Ah no so what the same adwuma.
What say ono so akobie ni de. Scratch no na ono no su ono na adwuma o de me se enche ni nyina be ba bonten enti oba no
sa omo de sa na tie omo te won no nso ko bi sa na tie
omo ko bi omo ketewa bi e na ono scratch ne ye enwumre utimi ko scratch ni fie ko sra no o de o se mo se enye cheating because wo hu se ono ne da eno no mesremo doctor da ko yenye live e wo hu se e de na amount to cheating behavior. Is it only when oba bema da so no wo dan kwa na e cheat yana and papa ni hu niema we nyina doctor papa no hu niema we nyina enu ntina o cha se so ne ge we be jai no and lady no so no na e hear say and o de ne niema scratch ne be ka se bia a kire na o se ni nua no kwa be confirm e ma awari agu bebre omo app so no e omo na fofo na be ka ansam kire omo busa omo o de busa omo bebre nu omo hu ne o esa omuja omukunu because na danfu bi na be kache se be ma ni chiti oni evidence na me ye din se on be sha se doctor mi be wie no omudi asam ne be ba hajia for real so e ho pa na me blast omo no hajia for real ma me ka sam chiro risk again na tiki for Richard Niama no ono na yere no ntimi tiki that risk and then I me catch am play okay Richard Niama no wanya ni sika kwa wo. Okay, it's cano that form. I said me Alabama, Doctor Nebu. In Chamanu, I said baby. Doctor has a baby. And say Alabama, me dem court ya ko jiska duru. Alabama me dem court ya ko jiska duru de be show aka ho. Na me de sisi dan ya me yere se me ne odia. Wo me show me ne odia. Me de me court ya ko jiska duru. E dia ye. Wo se me ne odia. What are you talking about? Eti mema ni bebe take risk.
Alabama ti intina me chemu say ni Richard ni ene wo she female sinfo code e the same bubom. Wo she adwana na won she sa atale no. So abusa won say die intina na de wo sa ha no wo she sa atale no. Wo nsu sem bia na no bia wo. Etu be si no no say Me no na able na ma ofie ene 20 billion e kana so mpa aba ko atia
doctor abrabo no ma me ka se bi abrabo no stage bia ne nipa ne bo omuntie no mfa ne clear abrabo no stage bia ne nipa ne bo bebia Richard niama duru no na yere Joan sa rest no ntimi teki etu opa baby ntina wano a pene ho asem akwa oka se ade no wo jai ena be man si jai ne ko ena wo hu se okọ another tangent it meme no hajia for real is the woman to take him there omu din say on sikanya no eye simple say we are as sikanya na wanya sika simple because be man say or start with 1 cedi ene yanya akwa bitia say papa bitia say o say o journalist the obeka say so a journalist okay fine we a journalist no problem wo beka say Richard Niama no wabeka na bonten say wanya 1 billion wanya sika almost 1 billion as a day it waye yi one can say they are no asem verbal statement bi obi kan public no they court e dey na chese wanya sika na mpa doctor ordinary no ye nyina ye brage etebet mo bet ma kan court say wo brage eno so eti wo mu njai dede no na wo mu hunu se sikanya no enye ema no bibia na ye mo na mo ne nya ayo ye ne mo ware a enye bibia na mo ne nya ayo some of them sometimes we go to extra mile to make sure say ye sikanya no be do a certain level eno mu nim ye ka chere ma mo de be ye kokonsa kwa kopia bonten some of you mano hamo de na woni bloggers ye kura chere say sika na onya koso no ode o kan ho a wa hwe ye a wo ba be sai niam ba be cancel eti hia obi a sa hajia for remo no ye oniema ye de omo ye o sa type of man no omo oniema omo de omo ho ye and they can't carry bibi outside the country I will bet my carry omo njai de denomine omo me be kiss wa na omo tell be omo tell na sika na wanya no it's okay on fan sa me de na campaign adan kwa me 30,000 Ghana na me hu se later ye 300,000 na me yam chim sika no so dodo sika no so too much na me say 30,000 300,000 me too much it you know I'll end here obi nto aso
okay we need fire on call
Yo, Doc. Meda sepa wa akonya wode amame. In fact, we nyansani. We real na waka no kre nso. Nse nipa waka no kre bia no, ye tan no. But no no ma unja no kre na waka no da. Metie wa mensheda enya life, but this is the first time I met me join no. Me no waka say me were dreaming my started duty cry, but I was say me kaka credit to me near ya okasa CCA. Wakama se mu nyina ba was say me kasa kakra. Hwe ewiase na ye wo no. No kure pa e wo mu ne say ewiase time be ma. E mema e mo bo. Into issues like this. Na wunya be ma otimi begina ho no mo be kasa etia be ma. Na me hu sa be ma no sabi kapra to be ma as oba bema because
no to also o kan san so me no nya adwen
dog you tia me can say say
you team
okay
tie ba wan kasa you team the fact say issue ban obia na bia ebia na hwehwe mu akoduru me kwabra me tie hen enu achi atwam na me chirim se yasisi maame no until say ne nchimu fufuro ba say ye ma no offer and one to offer no and me base when no say my offer we no one dia na say and all dia ya ma 20 billion aso mpe no akokota me akoma o 300 dia 300,000 dia say wow fault
sir
what you say nti wo kan say dia and issue ba sometimes no just me be man nti am support be man na me oba am support oba which me I don't support that but me hwe be a portal no da ne dia di ho nkomo tutu aso
no kunim say enkomai ehase free baabi na bedru sisi yo wo shase free baabi nti nipa no obekasa ye no na your friend so kofi or whatever obekasa ye no onim enjiremu a wo man sisi ye no oya awe enu tina ma me ye da mi use that word no oya awe but o pretend say de onim nia wo kan ye nyina but de wo mu ne say emema de ye mobo Nata kanibio ye mobo. enti sa wo ne oba aware na mu bubra obema ebebo akonma panimfo se akonma te se hunimunwi eya obeka to se me nso mi ye efie adwuma eti wo ye efie adwuma na me nso me bo akonma no na ye project bi na won contribute Emma project no enti mi nkoso na bra bia me na me struggle at the same time no me sa bo akonma na wo ti fie se wo na wo hwe nkwada ne nti no se break up aba yemma yen change apadem pepepe na yen fama sesei menti we ase eti sa mra na ya mra na da ho no mo no ebeboa pa gender equality omo na ekofa baaye eti no omo nyintum ebeboa sesei nti na obeka se an na ya wo house woman enti who cater for the case who ye house chores nti no because of that no yema huge yamount 20 billion hey na emaya said the me brother na kind na emaya omo platform yi si ema dodo say and omo tu kwame no ka se me wo Dubai ha omo Europe ni America dodo say na etimi enya sa sika no na Ghana wo 1 billion na doctor dey na wuntimi fanye na wo ka chen say 20 billion esa yama ohene na wani I can't say ahem kwa bebo sometimes we have to be grateful we have to be grateful to our husbands like we men you try your best yeah ungratefulness no are you too much so we so because say no e can wasa pa ma no hu enka wo so sika yi mu eji kai na nka sisemre nka ukọ wanim eti yanka no krentre ye mema ya bai emrantie ye nyanwale ye yema ye ni na ho no mo because society no time mema etu ye bema make sure say ube add value to yourself me who say bema bi edni sika say until the Akosua na obeye we nyina ebedru baby no doctor ye beka tos eti no medema no si mi o me duty start medema no si no obi abem de me can say ye bema na wo show is na wo tie bia wanya konya kese pa ti to hofo na ye careful
take cartoons so remember no be so nye
me that's pa doctor na bisa
Doctor Machiao.
one that's in we no aba
Me dear, quite the questions in a baby side. Yenyi omuware ni wife no omuware ordinance and as a customary. And I say omuware ordinance morality.
ordinance into the court.
Oh, customary.
I know so by ordinance.
Okay. Inti no.
Ordinance.
Inti me betim was a ordinary be man. I like me juma me tifi a me hwe nkorano. E wo se se me be man jaya. Na japade ne ye ana ho na me pesa me ti ase yi. Because the issue we no issue in the judge no the judge any member judge no only member no me no me
What's the first? Yeah, the groom. Na be man ye no about to feel, right?
yeah
No bang ye.
which is they are based on gender equality and gender equity. No, I don't know what they are called to run from now. Okay. What you say? Well, let's say one who create documents to what say who create the Jumaye. A sham crown and so Chow can I say we own Jesus so honey says can I be criminal and fire property there and the also jail property Mate once can I say you know you need to prove that your Bible on one and penny I don't know because or baby I would say for quite maba I'm more fun than me if I house when I did a mom or twas minia. Okay, and see any and there was so money say now she can you saw and your banner question and not the nurse one say including fear was your man mammy. A more fine or some count. Now, maybe so. That way, contribution to say, or man, 10 cities, or man, 1 billion, and all man, good be say, on found Quaye business. This era, a man pay be equality, but a drew or mono or more side. Say Ghana, a man was saying, "Member be Jaya, man, most casting, member now, by person, no move the chum with Japan." See, so about a man, the trade gender equality, which is Obano, Communism, say, new contributions to be man. Nka onkama yinti sebi o tamu mene omuni even community business ka omukuni. Most of these as ka for no be breed omuye shady businesses so ye ni so de ye hu ni say sa loans na amane say ska no but ye the copy passwa
sorry to chip in on my patrol. Obade good Emma Bema Emma Bobra.
That be no answer na make until I mean no
I just want to say one good
that be and no the castle be na make see and no example be na me 1000 na me do good back me be say me contributions are Obana ye. If your man is kabi. So I think me ganja me say me kunu no kwa or no pia bontin ko risk in life. A piece kaba fee.
the wicked no musa.
Okay.
No musa. Until when he met the guy, he had nothing.
Not only she, but me so busy me wants Obana ni contributions will be man ni financial
A lot of she even got to a point to use her own school fees. So she did a lot.
First day, but the money drew points in the swamp. On say a best sacrifice all relationship ma buy be better. But on say man can side do. And a better fan when the say na me ma obana minti bisa. So on can side. John nya be ma ba bontre e be prove say man offer no one general. The nipa bi ka say the John enuaba ma ne kan dey intro no twa adwuma oni ye se ni na so nyoba na pie be kan yo ba oba no ho so nipa bi ne pie be keka sa se be na bi agidi Dear, dear, media, media, like men cow crown quaye. Remember, my cousin. Say, Obano contribute to be man. On reading up, no anything. All my Obani you deserve it. But one contribute, no, they say, me share on me talk. So what does it? It's, you know, or maybe me no like near me canon because nanka yen ready me yen will be a kind. But I hear say he is means me fankasa me does it.
I hope saying I may add mobile hoye, me pese me share my drink a crow and some nail kono. Na Juma idea for a dinner bay, one flying kusia and flying kusia. Doctor, me pese busa that. Doctor, area sana ye won. Obi fa ne town for that. Bibi ne ma bibi ye ni pantamfo. E ba be hia me na ne chan sikapa. Me so meti America ma ye adwuma oba be sia me so mi wo sika. Me so me uhu me na ne me twa ma fe me bie so a cho se doctor. Me ton konteniema. Na wo so ni akoma betimi ni ma ye konteniema.
Na naima me who say no what ten I dream because on the new point until make you what you see. It's go through.
Yes, we are building for baby. And your mercy, amen. True baby. No, my yes, we are a day. Ama, gigi, a bit me out search now, or back off from. Obey Susua and Crawford fee say, or better make 1 year, 2 years, so no souvenirs to cut me up building itself up.
My member saw one as we and better I can say in your bad one, Beman assistant, Beman assistant because almost I see a boom or my break. Bema, TMA. Me, I can neither mamma tea. Men I'm no bad brain, I'm in Jaya. Mamma, na get 20 billion and then car ni fee coming to man. Unless say, maybe I'm more bano, and Obana say on pay, and or the cocoa, then your corner say, Okonima once the mean few. And then ne, Obana near Bema, I betum say, oh, Yama John offer, no castle on pay is an time the court. Into how I drink and say, oh, it's my baby Richard, and he said, why not, Richard, he's why not.
Say, Crawford say, yes, and Crawford say, girl Niniano, on a boy in a year, you mean to about out of a cassie in Yinedi. Ain't the beer no so no crabby or Sani Atiti, say Facebook in your the Dawayati. Say, a year no crosses in one.
Me, this is me. And some of your media no soon I never trigger and I hear what you say. And some is to be fear or more one become 80%. That is true. Hey, John and Pia Bontin make cars and you can cheat me. But yes, John of Crunch, me. But a G. Quaye, Emma Bontin make cars or more out. But any person is so more out, yet Diana engine, yet Jimmy. They make what you see, the power awesome. I'm in your bano. I did all young ones who didn't question support to what. None of me yak a chronic drew no crass, my mate, my kind of crew. A brand new scabby, and I remember me finish. I said, I was Manuel Junior, but they make no crown, I sang no cray. So they make a massy. On this offer, say, Joanna, about 20 billion any male fear the best count and also pay. You know, issue is see right? It's you.
A bit me about to say, girl, no. Nenya wa wijana no jayu no can be sama be mano. Aba former self and you be a cran and you be jaya. Osum no se tree no more can say. A money be a orgy.
That's can be say issue about one thing poor that's or more property. It is to say what cheating out divorce number yeah or money fee.
Ebiana or try say and cowboy now dream best some near miles I yede a court. But when you nana
It be all natural in Toronto. Send them mamma offer now no 300,000 blank me. Me more 2 million Ghana cedis. What shall Bema we wire 4 now? Bema we wire bonnie. One year shield.
court says sikan. Obet me a fetcher coma and now I'm calling tea Eddie Bia come why de aman. Obi oha obet me a isa.
And so we can do. Every about fair. What the one for fair fee? I would name when yummy. I would doubt. What's an idea or cancel more media so? Now when the media who is to 1% or crowd who's a 1 million crack and I'm a count once. Do me be na me ma have no trust the chrono. Now the baby ne back.
Na me atamfo nyanyame ebufu nso ba obi atimi ye de ekire na adwene ena ye nyina na enti no didi ni nechi eyo odo no monti odo na see you real love no enti say wakoto mekuka bi ena enye bibia bi but eye odo enkradom and no more dia bedru samri and
Yeah, my dear, what you
also the ya when fefe ubufu a obetimi aka bibia yenka say ese o ware be ma wo moa no mommy hu say no oba be ma so ware oba mo moa say nyina and no some boy I'm a boy, why?
never also with you.
No, cry say me who they make can be, but in a bomb pie say, Yami or Shani my pass, no the query, Joan obey okay na any nipper, but would mean you be query. Our rejay or a canny pass to a bravo. In Tinta or much say. Nyame na nkasa enjuju obi akoma na abotre na bibia nye de nye ba ni no so no se de nkrofo kan etese anso a onsesem fiu
Yeah, but me media no so. Oh, concourse and any room near Kofa.
crash buto
But now we so on. When you be a sicker, can ask them
because ain't me
not some bar so nothing come on. Here, yeah, and the crew be a year in Miss Me, maybe I believe in soon.
yes I check the bidi mo chia swan ye masala kwa ba kun ka swan ye man
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm with trouble we see now. Kids America, Sa video no acheta that do by them crying me. But I feel this a video about one a day about
Yeah, bibia na moja na mama
you tell about and say no cross in near Richard I will fire in your back or your bound from one and one ma. Bibia ni one ma until or Fred Charles a bush anyway. Charles near Quasia say on facade animal. Because Richard may need to wear procrast one again about 10 fever. And it's a few night abano. Everything what was the best social media sympathy, which is wrong. But I am something bad so we can't real money who the credits were. You know, some on the credits what they be in that. What you say? You know, bad Joan no. And funny sem in Guabontene. They cannot crash you.
Be a Joan on Casta, but ye TFE. Sebina will be that will be in a hole. A biana Jeff already okay. A bit me crab as some business partner, but we don't know. But yeah, the other it's sending you be an drum. And you'll be an drum.
Nana Timmy. Seven Cassana would Timmy Power, bones a bit up so. A bar may come home. And somebody be back. And somebody be no more cancer. Yes, someone on a barrel cord, I ye, say a bar. You see a month for smoothie.
Joanna, or see the air yesterday on the umbrella from.
I'm being honest. When I issue it, no. I feel the only banner the moon say, come be a quite and then no be a call. Won't see me, so team and superman may come from us. I try 1 week in between. Babu, you know, no mistake. Bema be one more pay than the much for ma. And Wabu hard Babuawa obey. You can't cringe so. Me, I'm a TA. My name is ex girlfriend. Ma, yen 3 die. And then, stop me that's just sending me ex girlfriend. Because of say, was that kind. You just said, I'm an ex girlfriend. And was saying me, a good man as a amount for a cancer. It's the bad John and the money baby or Hanu Tia, won't tina super. Share most of the video be a Piabon, I don't want that woman count, what is your moon. I abuse you so bad,
which is very bad.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Listen.
Abusing
say no person chest walk with say point Nini so no here casatre. And
they make an answer. I don't support abuse, beating, so we what you say, maybe can't see some matty. And who the echo, like a matty, which I don't support that is bad. We condemn that. Videos are bad. I or the police are fear if you want company and our sister need to stop.
Is the evidence for her to show how the
Say, I don't know what they be at the bar one to know. Maybe you say from one company, because I video no problem. I couldn't feel and go video. What you say? Tell me whom say, won't trust so. But any by any be just evidence or the other. Abba, let's just say in your bear man and bone and pa. In your bear, you condemn it. The MP. So, see a GP say in your bear money, yes, and a witness, dear. The end your bear man soon, my cane. When young Castle on swap what this car, your man who said no to a witness, near from massage case, you want some new kind. But that's
It's my very first time I made me about platforms. I've been following you for quite a long time now, but this is my first time I make casa. And I'm speaking with you. Yeah, any part 316 on the platform, including men and women. I'm very young and vibrant, I'm worried. But Anyama Bebre, Ekasa Tremi and Kasana. Because me oba and Adiaba Kwa married dear men in marriage. Yanti awariase. We are failing to read to understand what marriage is about. Share dog say, Mr. Nia say, the truth is behind both of them. Obi enim no korno sections called transcript I was reading it. One, what I want to talk about is our real bargain. Maria, media, media, and Americano, Titano, Yemubini, but like we saw still in existence. Our real kasa, our real, our rejayani it was there. But the problem, my brother Baku make his suggestion our platform to say, Obinu obi quiet down for, but the person does not particularly know Obinu obi namkwa, Obinu obi awarekwa, because some married men are not open to their wives are also only yet ding. It is the one in the pan crash our arena brabwasi. Now ube our arena say oh a drew in Phoebe any muno. Ubi san is a bemena. Ube fear with the sikase but a jumabena way. A DNA. Some married men also fail to tell their women. But a mass a Bible mukranit in a radi a bony penny me fire moon to 2 men huda. Yen to me fire moon to 2 men huda. And nothing in your me asher dear bema bit me ayano. Or pass bit me in a different way a yaman It is a copasa or bani bema wawa the platforms in preface after Merasuna Sadian started by into Oba a crocro. Name in Mema Crofaychia as she and Nantis our dear. And what quite over for so no Kumbekasa, yin for bebra, go back and yes, sir, or moon for at you. But it is with grace. They seek help from the right people. Minim first lady waha, Mrs. Osawa, ye mami yoba, and none me jinas wakase. Me, I don't want to apportion blame to social media. I pick my phone and I listen to them and I grab a lot of things from them. Said the baby shame hoodie. Because I'm still drawn off Pema and 20 billion and 300,000 AEC Kadie. Nesu
ye me jina social media so and battle say a man 20 billion na wanje because a mea minim de meye say a wa unim de obeye intimesre say Mr. Rich Nyama Quaye Mr. De whether a court transcript, whether the videos are coming from the ladies' camp, from Richard's camp, my dear, we are all lying to ourselves. Failing to understand what marriage is. So I am telling you, let's all go and read about marriage, understand it, and we will find the root of.
Thank you to Nakopo Onshidao. Also, my interview on
Remember the common one, I'm also one.
and come more ban and come Bema. A balance. The make what you see. One come will be a balance.
So, my queen, I'm about platforms is a educative topic na yɛka ho asɛm no, and which obem mmarima ego bɛrɛ biara wɔ ego. So wohwɛ the story na never thought say na yɛrɛ beg request for divorce. A shocking